Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, your host of the evening, and tonight's guest is IFBB Pro Stan McQuay. Welcome.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on here.
Now, Stan, always good to talk to you, and we haven't talked to you in a while, and obviously you got some new stuff going on. You turned pro back in 2006. I remember that at the Miami Nationals. And you had a great run as a 212 competitor. You kind of take a few years off, and now you're back in that new Classic Physique division, which is super exciting because, it's kind of giving new life to the bodybuilders with the aesthetic looks and the aesthetic physique, and that's always been your game, or your cup of tea, as I like to say. We'll go back and we'll talk a little bit about the past in a minute, but let's talk about the future for a minute. You placed third at that first men's Classic Physique competition. Talk to me about the event and how it felt to get on stage again in that new division.
I was really excited. Actually, this is probably one of the highlights of my career because I haven't competed in Los Angeles since probably 1999 or 2000, so it's been quite a while. So this being my backyard, I was quite excited about that. The transition to the new division was exciting for me as well because this is more along the lines of what my game was. Like one of the critiques or the harsh judging criteria that was against me was always the fact that I was never quite large enough or thick enough or massive enough. And a crazy critique I used to get would be, "Oh, Stan is good. He's got an athletic build, or he just needs more size." So for this new category, I think I was excited, and I was able to fit right in there.
Well, you qualified for the Olympia 3 years in a row, 09, 10, 11, in that 212 division. So for people who would say you weren't big enough, you really were big for the 212 division. I thought you fit in perfectly right there. I thought you brought some really good looks to the stage. You were on the Olympia stage 3 times. Was it difficult saying, you know what, I'm not going to do bodybuilding anymore, because that obviously was your first passion. I'm going to do this new division. And what was really the reason that pushed you to do it? I know you said everyone said you weren't big enough, but I mean, you really did fit into the 212 division, in that sense of the word.
Well, when it came to the 212 division in the initial inception of it, I was really excited because it's still, I still got to compete on the pro level. But, you just kind of have to come to the realization that, at that level, on the Olympia level, we all eat the same foods, we take the same gear, we take the same supplements, but what it really comes down to, in my opinion, is genetic potential. And yes, I do have good genetics, but when you're comparing, when I'm standing next to someone like Jose Raymond or a Flex Lewis, I just look a lot thinner. I didn't quite have the conditioning I wanted because I was trying to play the size game. So I was never really 100% on as a pro, even though I've won 3 pro shows. I never felt 100%. So with the newest inception of this new division, it's still bodybuilding. It gave me a chance to transition out of mentally trying to be big. You know what I mean? At this point in my career, I know I look young, but I'm 43 now, and we can only be doing this for so long. And yes, I'm at my prime right now, but I don't want to be taking all the stuff and put my body through what I was putting it through. So this transition has been great for me because my training has changed, my eating has changed, the gear, everything about it has been what I like to call healthier.
How the heck are you 43 years old, Stan? You look like you're 25. It's unbelievable. You got all your hair. You don't have a wrinkle on your face. You don't look like it's amazing. You look like a young kid.
Yeah, man. A lot of it obviously has to do with, again, the genetics. My mother's Japanese, the Asian side. And, I think a lot of it also has to do with taking care of yourself. I never really had any crazy off seasons where I let my body get too crazy. I never, took a lot of crazy gear. I partied a lot, as we all know, but I mean, I lived a life and I took care of myself. That's the way I like to look at it.
How much weight did you have to lose to get down to that Classic Physique division, and what is the weight cutoff for your height?
Yeah, that was a little bit tough. I competed at about 200, 205 in the 212 division. For this division, I needed to get down to 182 pounds. which it wasn't too bad. I mean, sometimes my off seasons I was walking around about 190. So I've always been known to do better when I have to make weight. Ever since I was in high school, having to wrestle and whatnot and lose weight, it's always an easier thing for me. And now I feel like it's more me now. I see all the lines I used to have as an amateur. My conditioning is 100% on. I still have good size. My waist is about 2-3 inches smaller. So just everything about this new division, I feel a lot more comfortable with.
Stan, you took third at that first Classic Physique competition. Actually, looking at the pictures, from a distance, and we're looking at them right now on stage, I actually thought you were going to win this event. Did you think you had the win there? A lot of people were saying after prejudging, Stan's got this.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, man. I was in the middle, 80% of the time. It was my backyard, whether it has anything to do with it or not. It is what it is. I work with Danny Hester. Danny's part of Physique Inc. I was extremely happy that Danny won the division because if anybody deserved it, I think someone like Danny did, because he is the example to me of what a classic physique is. Conditioning-wise, I think I was a little bit tighter, but he was a little more complete front and back. He matched a little bit. Did my tattoos hurt me? All the judges say absolutely not. But, I mean, when you really want to look at the pictures, it does throw my symmetry off. The only thing that I had a qualm with was, I think if you look at the lineup, Danny Hester has a pretty close physique and a pretty close look to what I have. And for him to take first, I was happy. But for me to take third, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I didn't think Darren Charles was on the money. He was pretty off, in my opinion. But, it's not Darren's fault. It's not my fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's what the judges picked. If I didn't win, I'm not going to complain about anything less. So that's it.
Let me ask you a question, because that was my next question. The tattoos. It looks like you got like a wall of black on your back. What's on your back? What do you got tatted up there that's so dark?
Yeah, well, I've always had tattoos. I had a dragon and I had quite a few things. But after, I think it was when I did before I got invited to the Arnold Classic, I was pretty much, my mind was set that I wasn't going to compete anymore. So I started a big back piece, and I've always liked tattoos, and I've got a huge dragon going down my back, and I got a kabuki mask in my lower back. So I just really started to, start the artwork on my back. And then again, I got the invite to the Arnold Classic with like a 10-week prep. So I said, screw that, I'm going to do it because that's a bucket list show.
Right.
So I hopped on stage knowing that I was going to get a lot of a slack for that, and I was going to throw my symmetry off, which is my game. But I still compete because I love the sport, and I'm not a dreamer. I mean, I'm doing this because it's fun, and that's what it has to be about first and foremost. Now with this new division, a lot of men's physique guys, as y'all know, these guys are all tatted up, and a lot of these guys, especially in that first show, came in with a lot of tattoos. So I didn't feel as uncomfortable, but for this next show, for the Salt Lake City, I'm actually going to use a cover-up for it because it's so black anyway, so I don't see how covering up with a tattoo, cover up with a tanning solution is going to hurt it anymore. So I'm working with liquid sun rays, and they got a pretty good formula, and we're going to cover it up and see how I look.
Yeah, don't make it. Sometimes people put too much makeup on it. It doesn't look good. It actually ruins it. Yeah, I got to say, we look. Johnny's playing some footage. I saw your son. Your son is like a clone of you. It's unbelievable.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how I got lucky like that, but yes.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, a lot of us know. We're seeing a good picture of the tattoo now. Yeah, we can see what you got on your back. Johnny has a picture he found. Yeah, that's quite a piece of artwork. I guess if you're not competing anymore, it wouldn't matter. But you know what? Obviously, you're back on stage, and we're going to see you in Utah this coming weekend, so that's going to be great. Hopefully, you'll get the win and qualify for the Olympia. Now, you referenced your life, your former life of partying, going out, having fun. You also were around a lot of celebrities, and I don't know if you still are. I remember hearing that you were training Dr. Dre for a while and a bunch of other celebrities. How'd you get involved with that?
When it comes to like the rap guys, I live in an area. Dr. Dre and a lot of the guys used to train in my gym. So, it was kind of the right time, right place. He had watched me throughout my career kind of grow and mold. And, I'd been running a personal training business for quite a few years. So when the opportunity came about, pretty much kind of like submitted my resume to someone like him, and he interviewed me a few times, and kind of like he was going through a phase where he wanted to revamp his look. And as you can see, when we got him ready for the MTV Awards, he just said, he wanted to be jacked, so he hired me on, and that kind of opened the window for a lot of other opportunities with several other producers, rappers. I started working with UFC fighters, just you name it. It really blew things up for me.
Who else? Give us some other names. I know you were working with a bunch of people.
Yeah, like rappers. I worked with Exhibit, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent. Actors, Gerard Butler. I just finished with Vin Diesel. UFC fighters. I worked with George St. Pierre. Some football players, Dodgers. Quite a few guys.
Who trains the hardest of all those guys?
Without a doubt, Dr. Dre.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
Without a doubt.
Is Vin Diesel train hard, or is he like just got genetics?
And I think that the laugh says it right there. I mean, he was into bodybuilding from before, so he's got the foundation. It's just getting him to focus was quite hard, and the eating part for anybody is the hardest. And when you live in that Hollywood lifestyle, it's hard to get someone to eat fish and chicken all day long when they got to get cut up. But I mean, he pulled it off.
Who made the biggest transformation of all the people that you worked with?
Gerard Butler or Dr. Dre. When I got Dr. Dre, he was a skinny fat guy. When I was through with him, easily could have been on cover of any fitness or bodybuilding magazine. He just never would show it. He was not that type of guy to take his shirt off, but I guarantee you the guy was ripped, six-pack. He was quite large.
Gerard Butler, what movie did you get him ready for?
300 we helped him with, and then what was the movie after that? I can't remember the name of the movie afterwards.
Now, Stan, they said I heard all these rumors, and I'm sure most of it's true, that they painted these guys' abs on in that movie 300. I don't think Gerard Butler needed it painted on, though, did he?
Yeah. They use, it's just like a lot of the bodybuilders, when they put the tanning solution on. Sure. Some of these guys put a little more in certain areas. So, I mean, it is movies, so yeah, they did add a little bit of enhancement, but he was in amazing shape already, so he didn't need much.
Do you enjoy working with celebrities or regular people better?
Regular people, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I too. Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the celebrities, I mean, they come to me because they have to get in shape for a movie or a role, and it's not really something that they really wanted to do. And then the pressure of, they'll tell me, okay, I got to get ready for this movie, and I got to have my shirt off, so I got to be ripped, and then it's up to me to make sure that they're 100% on point, and half the time it's like babysitting, So it's like I'm forcing them to do every set, forcing them all day long to eat certain foods, and it's just like, it's a lot of work, man. Although we do get paid quite well, the stress level is much higher. Not the same as getting a competitor ready for a show, but I'll take average people all day long over a celebrity.
Amen to that. What is Physique Inc? What is this new thing you're involved with?
Yeah, well, Physique Inc. Basically was conceived back when men's physique was kind of starting out, and I was paired up with a former NPC judge, and we started a team. Since I was already training a lot of clients as well, we kind of were trying to take advantage of the fact that this whole team thing was kind of growing. But since then, I'm not really pushing the team thing so much, but what we do is, we do a lot of online coaching, a lot of competition training still. I'm just not really big on, pushing the whole team thing, because we all know that this is an individual sport, and when it comes down to it, that's how you handle everything on your own. I just like to be the guidance and the instructor. I have quite a few coaches on board with me that help and and whatnot, but really what we're all about is just getting the average people in the best shape of their life.
Sounds good to me. A lot of people, obviously, as bodybuilders, we think we're gonna go on forever, but obviously at some point you're gonna stop competing. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What would you like to be doing? How would you like to be earning your living?
I'd still like to be involved in the industry. I love the industry, fitness, period. I'm going to be opening a gym end of this year. I'm going to have a supplement line out. coordination with Physique Inc. So I have a different concept that I'm going to be coming out with, towards the end of the year. But basically, there's a lot of things that I want to be involved in fitness. So again, gym. We got a clothing line that's going to be coming out called Bushido. Athletics, the supplement line. I like to do restaurant, anti-aging clinic. So there's quite a few things that I have my hands involved in. It's just a matter of, after this year I'm done competing, I go full bore into, working on my career and my retirement.
All right. Well, I don't think you'll ever retire, but your retirement from bodybuilding or from competing on stage.
There we go. Yes, correct.
Now, what would you like to when you open a gym? Because I've talked to Ben Pakulski, who opened a hardcore gym. I've talked to other people who've opened more health and rejuvenation clinics. What kind of a gym are you going to have, and what will it what kind of lifters will it really welcome there?
Where I'm at, I'm in Los Angeles. A lot of the gyms here have turned corporate, big foo-foo gyms, what we like to call them. I'm going to go back to, I don't like to call it a hardcore, but we want to call it a serious gym. So small box, under 10,000 square foot facility. Basically you can yell, scream, sweat, spit on the floor, loud music. I want a serious gym. So that's what we're lacking here in the area I'm in. So that's the model I'm going for.
Well, sounds like you got all your ducks in order, and I want to wish you the best of luck this coming weekend in Utah. Hopefully you'll get that win and qualify for the Olympia. We'd love to see you on the Olympia stage again.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, even though I can't stand your show.
Now I know you watched. That was the greatest compliment you could have given us. Thank you, Stan McQuay.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right, that'll take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.